Brian, welcome. Now, Centred is less than 1 year old as a business, and yet you're already established in 6 global locations. Now, that's fast track in anyone's language. Tell us briefly about the core offer of Centred and the background as to how you're actually developing the business.
Yeah, our core offer really sits in 4 major industries: travel, healthcare, fitness and wellness, and beauty and lifestyle. And what we saw was an opportunity for a private B2B wellness and healthcare marketplace that's really never been done before, specifically in B2B loyalty programs. There really hasn't been much change in 25 years, as you know very well. We've talked about this. And we could shout out to the mountaintops for a long time about how the changes need to happen, both on credit card points spending and the boring airport lounge experience that really has been integrated into your credit card. So Centred sits really in the middle of that, to disrupt it, to change it, and create a much better user journey. And really, the value of Centred is the fact that it's all in one app, so it's efficient. And of course, we have a marketplace of over 40,000 handpicked, curated brands within wellness hotels, wellness retreats, fitness studios, yoga studios, handpicked airport lounges that are creating a wellness experience within them, both healthy food as well as other things from stretch and other opportunities that you'll be able to do as the world reopens and travels again. So we focused on the airport ecosystem. Some people wondered if we are. Yes, we are. But we also focus outside the ecosystem as well to send you to something that is unique and will change the way you travel.
So you've got a really big vision there and perhaps an even bigger mission. What do you consider to be your USP, and how does your business model differentiate itself from your would-be competitors?
I love this. This is what really got us excited, was our business model. We do not charge per head. We do not use a entitlement or redemption scheme like a lot of the credit card companies do with other guys, with the last name Pass. We don't do that. We actually make this an easy plug and play. We make it an easy plug and play because, one, we offer a credit to every customer that is part of the rewards program, whether it's an employer or whether it's a credit card company or an airport or whomever it may be. I got that inspiration from a good friend of mine, Daniel Lubinsky from Kind Bars. When he started Kind Bars, he would go on the streets of New York and give out a bar because he believed in his product so much. And that's what Centred's doing. We're really gifting you a credit when you get the app, and it can be a co-credit with your employer or with your credit card partner, but no one's doing that. It's always been for 25 years a redemption model. And the problem with that is, and as you know, and I think intelligent consumers are seeing this more than ever, they know that their annual fee is paying for a Priority Pass. They know that their annual fee is paying for whatever loyalty scheme they get. And $500 to $600 a year is quite high. So what if we go to a credit card company and say, we don't charge anything. We just want you to be addicted to our app. And you get amazing discounts, rates, and experiences. And some things might be free depending on, the negotiation we get with a credit card provider or an employer. But at the end of the day, it's efficient. And the employer is happy, so they're not being charged per head. And the credit card company is not being charged per user. And no one's doing that. And that makes us a lot more interesting proposition, especially with COVID-19, where a lot of guys are cutting back on budgets, cutting back on gold standard from Shangri-La, early check-in, late check-out, all those type of programs that were going on are being cut back. And actually, we're doing the opposite. We're giving you the ability to provide that for your customer.
So I can see clearly why your prospective partners would want to partner with you in real terms, but what about the users themselves? What other benefits do travelers get?
Yeah, they get not only, like I said earlier, a one-app experience. They get really a peace of mind when they travel. We have telehealth 24/7 with licensed Western physicians and nurse practitioners from all over the world. We work in almost every time zone and almost every country in the world, outside of some war-torn countries, of course. But so that's one. The other, what they get is the efficiency of a curation of offerings when it comes to places that we call our safe hosts, safe guests. Our hosts are vetted and verified, and the brand Centred, we truly believe, will become the next TripAdvisor for wellness certification. When people are searching for something, they're going to look at Centred and go, this place is a safe host, and also the guest is safe. And for our side, our guests, they have to upload PCR, they have to upload their vaccinations before they go anywhere, and before they can even use the app. And it's all digital. Airports like that as well, because right now you're printing off a piece of paper and you're literally having to hand that piece of paper. So the efficiency of the app, the experience of having it all in one place is pretty profound, as well as there's never been a wellness marketplace that's B2B anywhere in the world.
No, you've had sections, sort of, it's been bits and pieces. That's it. Nothing that's under one umbrella. I understand that. Okay. So now you are targeting, as you said, specific groups within the travel community as well as the core sectors. But I just really want to focus on the airport and the airline communities. I mean, neither sector has been particularly adventurous in real terms, and there's a lot of embedded conservatism. That's simply a given. So what are your views in this respect, and how do you actually kind of attempt to change the mindset of the many to move in your direction?
Well, it's not easy. I mean, as you know, we started a few other businesses in the last 6-7 years to disrupt the airport ecosystem, and fell on our face a few times. So we know what we're getting ourselves into when it comes to the airports and what they need and want and what they think they need and want. And we really, COVID kind of provided a Kairos window of opportunity, because they all was sitting here going, we know we need wellness, we just don't know what that looks like. And the efficiency of the Centered app to be integrated into either their ecosystem for rewards or their airport health and wellness campaign that they really didn't know how to even do, we give them an easy turn and play. The power of the airport is also, we show them how to capture revenue outside the airport ecosystem. That is all they really want to know about, because at the end of the day, it's about sales per square feet. Well, sales per square feet in this new digital age, because of COVID, is going to look different. It's going to feel different. And I look at airport spaces as being more what Madison Avenue was in New York. You paid $2,000 per square foot, really, for just a brand and image and positioning. Well, airport will be the same. It'll be experiential, like we talked about, of a brand. But at the end of the day, they're not going to turn the profits they did that quickly. It'll happen. It'll come back. Foot traffic will be there. But digital e-commerce and integrating Centered into a digital e-commerce experience that airports are trying to do right now is powerful. The airports just don't have the ability to go and create a marketplace that's outside their own region. And so what Centered does for them, it packages out 200 plus cities around the world and destinations around the world, and gives them a plug and play to do that, and allows them to capture a rev share with us. You're flying through Dubai, you might just be going to the Maldives, but Dubai's going to capture rev share if you book something within the app before you even take off. So that's a unique proposition.
Okay, well, you mentioned Dubai, and actually, I mean, you've had some really big news in the last week. Getting the UAE government on board is a remarkable coup by any standards, because it's actually a top-down decision that will filter through all the key travel touch points there. And Dubai airports signed up. Now, how will this actually work in practice? Because this is a real live model.
You know, it's cool. I love this, because what we've done with our strategy is we wanted to take care of the employees first. So we've given them the ability to handle their 40+ thousand employees that are there living, working, and are really frontline workers. And they're giving the employees the Centered app. And because the Centered app is something that can be used both when you travel, but it's also a lifestyle app. So you can use this in your own home and region. We have in Dubai alone, we have over 4,000 different wellness brands as suppliers in our ecosystem. So, you know, we started there, and then we knew that the passenger experience needed to be different. And with the Expo 20/21 coming up, it's a solution for them to not only provide safety and peace of mind for the digital PCR uploads and vaccination, and how do you really track something that way, but also it's also allowing them to capture revenue, like I said earlier, in a way that they never thought they could, because again, you're capturing revenue based outside the airport ecosystem. So you might book a flight through Emirates. Emirates is going to get is going to be told by the airport to send out an email. Here, please download the Centered app. Here's the great promotions that you get. You haven't even left your home yet in Turkey, so, or wherever you may be. So we're really capturing an audience before they even leave, and that's pretty powerful. Now, you know, you're projecting Dubai. You know, I don't know. They're thinking 94 million people might be traveling through there over the next year again, with the Expo specifically coming up in October. So this gives them a solution to really shout from the mountaintops. We have a wellness solution for the customer journey within the airport ecosystem and beyond. And I think that's pretty exciting.
But it also does, it's not just airports, but actually broadens the scope of the offer for airlines too. That's a very important thing, given the fact they're looking to address what they're losing out on, which is incremental ancillary revenue.
Yeah, exactly. Absolutely. Everybody's trying to figure out how do we make up what we've lost over the last 18 months. And Centered provides an opportunity for something that's no cost to them, by the way. We don't charge anything for them to integrate within our APIs and create something unique for them. So and I think any company that might try to compete with us, it's a completely old school model. They've tried to do the old school model in a new world that we're living in, and it doesn't fit. It's putting a nail through a screw hole. It doesn't work. And so, and at the end of the day, we want the end consumer. We know that you will be addicted to our app. So the airport and the airlines, cohesively working together is the only way this really works. And funny enough, as you know, airlines are very difficult to work with. Sorry, guys, you are. So, especially when airlines say, well, we don't want to work with third-party apps. You hear that sometimes. Well, we're not really a third-party app. We're in a partnership within an airport ecosystem that then drives ancillary back to them. So, it's a completely different model.
You talked about having 40,000 suppliers on board. What are your targets for the next 12 months?
We don't want to overwhelm with too many choices. I think the thing about the app for us and our conviction and our values is that when you pull up the app and you come into Dubai, we're not going to overwhelm you with thousands of hotels like you would on Expedia or any other. You might have a couple hundred because Dubai is large, but they're handpicked and curated with really unique discounts, unique proposition from discounts on spa to, yoga classes on the roof, stuff like that. So for us, we won't push back more than maybe 60,000 suppliers around the world because our promise is quality, not quantity. And I think with COVID, people also, as they get ready to travel, still going to be nervous about crowds. Still going to be nervous about, the bigger box hotels. And so those guys have some work to do to figure out how to overcome those objections to the consumer and who's actually going to purchase a trip. But for us, it's about quality and really going back to this is a Centered certified safe host, and not overwhelm you with too many decisions.
And how do you make your money?
Well, that's great. We do it through a booking percentage, both within every time you book something. That's why I said earlier, we want you to be addicted to our app. We want you to book wellness hotels. We want you to book wellness retreats. We want you to book the local yoga studio. And I think also what's really exciting for us is that we're really driving traffic to small business and within a region. Dubai has thousands of small businesses. Wellness hotels are a much larger business, everything from a Ritz-Carlton to, a Marriott. But there's tons of yoga studios and Pilates studios and stuff that have suffered, restaurants that are healthy, those type of opportunities that we can drive traffic to.
Okay, Brian, if there's one parting shot you want to leave with the viewing audience, what would it be?
Well, I think for us is we're just trying to get the name out there, Centered. I think I was saying to someone, I was interviewed the other day about how not one travel publication has talked about Centered. Not one. We've got it in Tech News, we've got in Yahoo Finance and all those things. So I think it's quite interesting that not one, for us, that motivates us because what we're trying to do is change the travel experience and make it better for the airport, make it better for the airline, and make it better for the end consumer. So for us, we're just trying to get the name out there and get people to go, you need to see what Centered can do for you as a partner and as a consumer experience.
Well, Brian, it sounds like a great product, and I'm delighted that you've chosen TOM Block to do a global launch to this particular travel community, and wish you all the very best. Take care.
Thank you. Pleasure.